guys, it's Callie. I wanted to make a video that is really kind of personal in my life, but I'm hoping that with my story about this, it'll kind of help others who is going through the same kind of situation that I was in. This video is kind of be about emotional abuse that I've been through in my life, and yeah, I guess, when I was in 8th grade, I was living with my mom and my stepdad at the time. I just call him my stepdad because it's easier than saying my mom's boyfriend who tried to act like he was my stepdad kind of thing. They weren't married, but they considered themselves married, but anywho. Around that time in my life, that's when my depression really started to get really bad and my anxiety, and I was just really upset all the time. And at the time, my mom and Jeff, my stepdad, they didn't necessarily understand that I was super depressed. They just thought that I was just being an asshole all the time because I didn't want to spend time with them because they were hurting me all the time, saying that I was just a failure and then I couldn't do anything because my grades were so shitty. And they were bad because I was so depressed. I had no motivation to do any schoolwork, and that just kind of made things worse. And I tried explaining to them countless times what was going on, that I was depressed, I wasn't feeling okay, and they just brushed it aside like it was nothing. And the worst thing about it is Jeff. I mean, he kind of just stepped into my life and tried to become my new dad. And I love my dad, my real dad. He's alive. I mean, my parents are divorced, so I mean, I don't really even remember a time when they were together because they divorced when I was so young. But it was really distressing because he's a very abusive person to me and my brother and my mom, and it's incredibly traumatizing to be in that situation where I was called names. I kept getting my phone taken away and my computer taken away, and those things were my only connection to the outside world other than being at Mom and Jeff's house, because we lived on a farm. You know, we had maybe one or two neighbors, but I didn't know them. You know, they didn't have any people living there that was my age. And I just felt so isolated and so alone, I guess. My room was downstairs in the basement, and that's where I spent most of my time. And having no communication with the outside world, and the only other people that were around was my mom and Jeff, who were both abusive people. I didn't know what to do. Really the only friends that I had in that house were my pets. We had ducks and chickens and turkeys, and they were all super fun, and I spent most of my time with the animals because they were the only ones who really made me happy there. I can go more in depth about a couple of those in another video, because, wow, I had a pet duck, and holy shit, that is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. It loved me so much. I was like, it's duck mom. But I guess what I want to say is, if you are in a similar situation that I was in, because right now I'm living with my grandparents and I have no communication with my mom or Jeff, and I'm fine with that. I don't care if I never talk to them again. That's how much they hurt me. You know, there were things that were said to me that should not be said to another human being, ever. And unfortunately, I was in that situation, and if any of you watching this are in a situation where you are in an abusive home, you know, whether it's your parents or even a sibling, it's hard to do, but you have to try and tell someone. Whether it is a school counselor, a teacher, or another family member. Because my aunt on my mom's side, she doesn't talk to my mom either because she knows what the kind of person my mom is, and my aunt is on my side in this. You know, she knows that my mom is not a good person. And I just really cannot stress it enough how much I want you guys to tell someone if you are in that kind of situation. Because the longer you're in it, the worse it will be. And I mean, that was in 8th grade, and I'm a junior right now. I'm almost 17, and I was like 12, 13 at the time. And it is still incredibly traumatizing now, after it's all over. But really, it's not over. You know, I could have left whenever I pleased, but I didn't do it. I don't know why. I really cannot give anyone a definite answer why I did not leave. I don't know myself. But if you can find the strength to tell someone about it and report it to, even if you report it to a police officer, that would definitely help if they could look into it, you know. But I know that they can't really do anything if it's emotional abuse, sadly. And I don't know this for sure, by the way. I think if it's physical abuse and you can show proof, like bruises or scratches or red marks or whatever, then they can do something about it if there's proof. But I kind of feel like if it's emotional abuse, there's not much they can do, which is really shitty, really. But I guess that's kind of it where I was going with this video. I try not to make my videos super long because I'm never able to post them. I'm trying to post a video now about Pro Anna. That video will obviously be posted before this one, and it's taken kind of a minute. Actually, I have it right there. It is 43% uploaded, and I uploaded it about like an hour ago maybe. So yeah, it's on its way. But that's kind of it where I was going with this video. I'm just hoping that you guys will kind of learn from my mistakes, I guess. I'm sorry I didn't go like too in depth about any of this. Like I said, I want to try and keep these videos short, which I'm making it pretty long now. But bottom line, it's okay to tell someone if you are going through an abusive relationship. Not even with your family. If it's a significant other, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you still have to tell someone. Tell someone who you can trust, and tell someone who will listen to you. Don't tell someone who will say shit like, oh, are you sure it's just not your fault? Because Mom and Jeff, they made me feel like it was all my fault what was going on. And there's times when I still feel like it was my fault, but I know it wasn't. I was in a very emotionally abusive relationship with them, and it just made my mental disorders even worse, and it is their fault what I was going through. And it's not your fault if you are in an abusive situation. It's not your fault. So, that is it for this video. I really hope you guys are safe and sound, and I post links to my Ask FM. You can send me a question there if you want, my Instagram or whatever. You guys can always talk to me. I have been through a lot of crazy shit. I have a good understanding for a lot of things, and yeah, I'm here for you guys. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Callie on the save, whatever. Sorry, that was stupid. But yeah, bye guys. Callie out.